said Darby irritably. After listening to what Darby said, her mother turned broken to that, but she just held back her tears. Then Darby met her friend again and again, and of course, she told her friends that her mother was her servant. When she met her fourth friend, her mother couldn't hold her tears anymore. The daughter she raised with all her heart said that she's her servant. She cried and prayed. Oh God, I can't stand this suffering anymore. I can no longer stand the agony of my daughter. Oh God, please give my daughter the punishment she deserves. And suddenly, Darby's feet can't be moved. Darby was so panicked. Mom, why can't I move my feet? Mom! Shouted Darby. That's what you get if you become the daughter of disobedience, said her mother. Mom, help me! Forgive me! I will not be a child of disobedience anymore! Yes, Darby, I forgive you, but now it's too late. Darby cried so hard and asked for forgiveness. But now it's all too late. Darby has completely turned into stone, but her tears continue to flow. After hearing the story from her sister, Bibi was so scared. Looking at Darby's expression, her sister laughed and told her something. That's why I told you, you're a stone now. Even though your body didn't completely turn into stone, your heart does. If you don't listen to what your parents say and are always stubborn, you will regret it. That's why the name of this story is a crying story. It keeps crying because it is old. Explains her sister. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to respect our parents and listen to them. If parents have a strong prayer, so your success and happiness will really depend on the prayers of your parents. So love your parents, respect them, and don't be a child of disobedience. And that's all for me. Thank you for listening to my story.
Thank you, Raya. You may back to your seat now. Yeah, Mr. Jhon, do you need time to assess?
Yeah, just a little bit of time.
Get ready, Dr. Arifah Ramadhani.
So do you want to have the students review first or me review first?
You need time to put the score.
Well, I'm done.
Oh, okay then. Let's continue to the next student.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The next is Nurul Arifah Ramadhani.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nurul Arifah Ramadhani from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School. And today I want to tell you a legendary story about a golden cucumber, or known as Timun Mas. It was a normal day at school. Some children gathered at recess to share their retirement. At the time, there was one of them who just came with a happy feeling. Hi Sarah, where were you yesterday? Her friend asked her because Sarah's upset yesterday. Hi, yesterday I went to my sister's bridal ceremony. So many people there, said Sarah happily. What? A bridal ceremony? What's that? It was a ceremony held during the 7th month of a woman's first pregnancy. But I don't know what exactly it is. Let's ask our teacher. And then they go to their teacher to asking what their question. Miss, can I ask you a question? What's a bridal ceremony? Farhan asked the teacher. After hearing that question, the teacher smiled and explained what her friend asked. So, when a woman has her first child, the family will celebrate it in the 7th month. It is one of the celebrations of God's grace given to them to have a child. There are many parents out there who want to have children, but they can't have one, aren't there? That's so sad, said Sarah worried. Do you know, even many parents have done some crazy action just for them to have children. Sarah and Farhan goes. Previously, have you ever heard the story of Tim and Mas? Said the teacher. Sarah and Farhan shook their heads, and then the teacher started to tell the story. Once upon a time, in a village, there was an old lady named Serena who lived alone without a partner and without children. She felt very lonely and wished to have children to fill her daily life. But her dream only hid shadow. She thought it was impossible to have children. While she was gardening, she sat down and said, "If I have children, my life definitely will be happier. Well, I don't need to hope anymore. Of course that can't happen." After she finished gardening, she returned to her house with a tired body, and finally she fell asleep without dinner. Suddenly, during the sleep, she had a dream about a monster who told her to go somewhere and pick up a package not knowing what it was. She thought it was a bad dream. In the morning, she wakes up and goes to explore her dream. "I know this is a funny dream. It's impossible for the dream will come true," said Serena. Even though she said that, she kept walking according to what she remembered. After a long time, she finally found the tree she had dreamed of. After finding the tree, she looked for a package that was in her dream. But when she opened the package, she was disappointed. Evidently, it's only cucumber seeds. Disappointed, she almost cried. But suddenly, there was a shock that made her startled. There was a big shadow beside her and made Serena startled and wanted to run. However, the shadow stopped Serena's movement. Actually, there is a big green monster with a scary face. "Who are you?" said Serena with a shaking voice. "Ho, ho, ho! I'm Butoijo, someone who gives you cucumber seeds." Serena looks at her cucumber seeds with a full confusion. "Why did you give me this?" asked Serena. "Ha, ha, ha! Did you think that I don't know if you are feeling lonely? You want a baby, right?" With a full expression, Serena smiled at Butoijo and hoped Butoijo would give her a baby. "Ha, ha, ha! Did you Ha, ha, ha! I will give you a baby, but I have rules. Give me the baby if the baby is already 6 years old." Without thinking long, Serena immediately agreed with what Butoijo had said. Serena, with happy feelings, went back to her house and started to clean the seed in front of her house. So many weeks she always waited for the cucumber seed to turn into fruit. And finally, it's time to be harvested. Serena is happy. She started to bring the cucumber into her house and clean it. Miraculously, there was a baby sleeping in the cucumber. "A baby? Oh, a baby! I have a baby! Thank God for giving me a baby. For that, I will give you a name, Timun Mas." For many years, Serena lived happily with Timun Mas as her child. 6 years have passed. Serena was afraid that Butoijo will come and take Timun Mas. Serena did everything to protect Timun Mas until Timun Mas was able to survive from Butoijo percent until Butoijo could be destroyed. And in the end, Serena worked really hard and Timun Mas who survived Butoijo lived happily together forever. The teacher ended the story. "So, what does this have to do with Timun Mas?" asked Serena. So, there are many ways to welcome the birth of a baby. One of them is Indonesia for the celebration of the 7th month of pregnancy. when Timon was born and grew up happily by her mother and the father. Did you guys understand? They nodded in understanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, when your mother or sister has children, they will usually carry out the 7-monthly tradition as Indonesian people. Come on, let's be happy together, because that's a form of gratitude for them to getting a gift from God. Indonesia is unique, right? Let's perceive our culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That's my story. Thank you for listening.
Okay, get ready, Amira dan Fuazin. Okay, ready Amira? Bismillah. Yuk.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. First of all, let me say hello. My name is Adriana Fazin, and I'm from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School. And now, I'll share a story with you. It concerns Adriana with her brother, Jason. Adriana once noticed her brother alone eating chocolate. Dude, that's my chocolate! And by the way, it's down, he said. I don't care, bro. You know what? Today's my hometown, my ex wedding. Jason replied. Whoa, really? I was partying on the Saturday. Andrea was astounded. Jason also didn't say anything, but instead just stared at her. Andrea is so aware of this now. She comes up. I recall something. Okay, it's my turn. Pay attention, my lovely brother. So once upon a time, there was a really good teacher named Rabbi who lived on the banks of a river in Westmoreland. He got an invitation to his friend's wedding one day. While he was reading the invitation, his neighbor came. Father, there will be a wedding invitation for one of your students tomorrow afternoon. His residence is located downstream from the river, said his neighbor. Okay, if there is no problem, I'll come. When his neighbor left, he just remembered that the previous invitation that Anthony was the same. It's just that the two houses of two invitations are far away. The first invitation is located upstairs, while the second invitation is located downstairs. Paul was perplexed as to which invitation he should accept. And now is the day. His neighbor told him that Paul would be given to buffalo heads. But however, he was informed that the food service suffered. Paul also considered the celebration that was going on downstairs. According to the news, they only received one buffalo head. But the food downstairs was very good. Surely, the host was bringing some delicious cakes. In the afternoon, Balabai had not yet decided where to go. He rowed his boat upriver with undetermined feeling. Balabai was still expecting 2 buffalo heads. But he rowed his boat in river. He thought even if he only got 1 buffalo head, he would eat delicious food and nice cakes. He was even near the party location, but then Balabai met some of his neighbors. Balabai, do you want to go downstream? I attended a party there, but apparently the buffalo that was slaughtered was very too. We will go upriver, said his neighbor. So he went to the upriver with his neighbor.
didn't even receive a scrap of food.
Yeah.
Did that help?
He didn't even receive a scrap of it at the feast. Now, followed by comeback and attack. At last, he concluded that Papa Pig was really in his home. After listening to Anjali's story, Jason realized that he looked like Papa by now. Ew! I want to be like him, commented Jason. You two are similar, Angela. Disgust. Now I'm living. Of course, at my friend's wedding, right? Jason got up and started getting ready, and the roar of the wind suddenly made him stop. Now, you're the same. He's coming. Jason said and went back to his starting position. It's okay. You know what I'm messing your mouth about the story? No, Jason is right. Yo, dude, look about the tradition. In my view, the tradition has started to fade, and now feels a bit. But still, the characters still generally do the description of the tradition. Oh, I got it. Is it makan bajamba, right? Yes, it's tradition of many people. Regardless of guests or anything else. Everyone gathered around in a circle to eat together to practice. Oh, amazing. This story also teaches us to stand firm and not be greedy even about the patience. Jason remarked with a pretty smile.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Saya studying from As-Shofa Junior High School in Bakanber. And today I will tell you a story about the golden watermelon. One day, there are Jenny, Lisa, and their mother, Janet. Jenny is a junior high school student, and Lisa is a junior high school and is an elementary school student. Their mother, Janet, is preparing a lunchbox for their school, consisting side dishes, rice, biscuits, and some fruit. Jenny loves fruits. Her favorite is a watermelon. On the other hand, Lisa hates fruit. She doesn't even want to try a little. Lisa was seeing the lunchbox, and you know what? She was very upset. Ew! Fruit again? Oh, I want a candy, Mom. Said Lisa. What do you mean? You haven't even tried before? Try first, and I'm 100% sure you will like it. Said Jenny. I hate fruit. Fruit is disgusting. Lisa agreed. Don't be like that, honey. Fruit is very good for our health. There are vitamins A, B, C, and many more. And it's also sweet, sour, and fresh, said their mothers. Lisa was getting curious. Oh, really, Mom? By the way, Lisa, do you know the story from Miss Kalimantan about the golden water? Said Jenny. I don't know the story. Can you tell the story, please? Said Jenny. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a story about a wealthy Latin. He had two sons, Musafir and Dirham. Although they were born the same mother, their natures were very different. The eldest was greedy and miserly, while the youngest was kind and helpful. When the Latin passed away, he equally invited his wife to his two sons. Musafir is very stingy. I have some back
was not hesitant to spend his money on the budget. As time went on, Noah's money became less and less because he used it for charity. Once again, heard the news that the long life was no longer serious. He just loved at how his brother's life was not what it used to be. Their mama is so poor. If he hated the nature of the poor, he wouldn't be as destitute as he is now. Ha ha ha! Say David, but the mama never felt jealous or hurt, especially when his brother behavior reflected instantly. On the way back from the bicycle, they were surprised to see Sparrow fall down. Most of you wanted to burn him and have it for lunch. However, the Mawan disagreed. He wanted to take care of the bird. A few days later, the sparrow was able to fly. The next day, Sparrow came to him. Hey, little birds, Mr. Now, you still remember me, huh? But what stick did you bring to me? The king asked it. The sparrow just put the stick in front of him. 3 days after the arrival of the sparrow, the Mawan wanted to look at the seeds he had planted. Whoa! A watermelon! How surprised the Mawan was when the watermelon got open. The Mawan looked closely at the sand, and it turned out the sand was pure gold that had been pasted. The Mawan was very grateful to the sparrow. Mozambique news. So he did the same in hope of something to return. He then ordered his servant to look for the injured sparrow. You must look for the injured sparrow. Look everywhere until you find it. Then bring it to me. Ordered Mozambique. They found the sparrow. This gave the stick to Mozambique. Mozambique was very happy. It would be the same as the noise. Exactly, you can open the watermelon bag. What was Mozambique's surprise? That's not gold! But the watermelon suddenly put a backwood mixed with dirt onto his face. Mozambique was furious. He ran a shout and shouting. People around him just laughed about and put their hand at the Mozambique. Mozambique is so big. I hate people like that, said Lisa. In Mascalimata, that was a tradition of Tasmanian fruit ceremonies. That's how they celebrate the fruit season. Fun fact from their mother. Oh yeah, I'll bet Mom. The goal is for them to gain the knowledge of harvest and be grateful to God. They are grateful because fruit has many benefits for humans, said Jenny. Alright, I'll just try to eat fruit and I'll be grateful for what God has given me, said Lisa. So friends and audience, every weekend will definitely get a good favorite song. And lastly, but whatever you will definitely get a bad favorite song. So remember to always do good and help others. Just like the one helped the sparrow. Thank you for listening my story and goodbye.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jhon, Mr. Officer, and Mandy. We need to skip one student because she didn't attend the class, Mahlan Alia. Now let's come to speech performance. Start from Alia Misha.
Judges and audience, we live in the beautiful country, Indonesia. It is known as the largest archipelagic state with a population of over 200 million people. As a maritime and agricultural country with lots of natural resources and cultural diversity, of course, our elders, parents, and teachers always encourage us to take care of our country and exploit the advantages. should be known. Do we really need to preserve them? What are the benefits for us? Answering those questions, today I will bring you this topic. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am As-Shofa from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School. The topic that I will bring today is the cultural elements and the benefits for students. Indonesia has many different cultures. From Sabah to Merauke, every place has its own unique cultures and traditions, like art, clothes, and local language. Local language is a language that used for generations by a citizen who lives in a particular area and differs from region to region. Local languages can be affected by other languages or other cultures. Just like the local language, the language that we use every day, Bahasa Indonesia itself, also can be affected by foreign languages. If I think about it sometime, I realize that how I speak is a bit affected by English. And some terms that teenagers use these days are influenced by foreign languages they have mastered. Now, we learn other languages not just in school. We can use apps, movies, music, and even in social media. In fact, studying other language can help us communicate with other people, understand better, and increase brain intelligence. By studying languages, we can easily talk to other people. But some people who learn languages tend to forget their mother tongue. Even though learning languages is good, but don't forget your mother tongue. We also need to preserve our own mother tongue. Friends and audiences, other cultural elements are equipment and technology systems. Indonesia has lots of unique traditional tools. For example, we have canting batik, a traditional tool that is used for applying wax in the fine lines or dots on a cloth. It is amazing to have such a tool like this. With just simple tools, we can make a stunning masterpiece. We can also modify some tools and make some new innovations without losing the characters of the tool. Especially with the potential of the current generation, we have a big chance to make amazing innovations. But sadly, most of teenagers these days don't know about these tools and their potential, which may reduce the chance for new innovations. As a student, we can ask our teacher to teach us to learn and preserve culture, so it doesn't fade away. We can use our knowledge and ability to maintain and develop it. Art is also one of the cultural elements. We have so much art, like sculptures, original dances, music, and many more. Art is one of the things that stand out most from Indonesian culture, like tari saman, wayang kulit, and pencak silat. But they are not just ordinary art and shows, not only entertaining. Some of them have meanings and morals to take. Tari saman, for example, which mean high education, courtesy, solidarity, religion, manners, and heroism. There are also some dances or songs that tell value messages. We can take many moral values from them. Friends and audiences, we should be proud of ourselves. We live in a beautiful country with much cultural diversity, plenty of natural resources, and stunning natural beauty. We as a citizen can make lots of profit from it, not just the beauty. We can benefit from it. But also, don't forget to preserve the culture too. Don't just jump on the bandwagon and let the culture fade away. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alisa Dismarsha.
language become extinct? One of the reasons is that people of region don't use it anymore and don't pass the language to the next generation. Ironic, isn't it? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Alisa Dismarsa Azahra from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School. I deliver a speech on the topic, the importance of preserving culture for students. Like I said before, of course, we don't want the language to become extinct. We, as a student, must preserve this culture. But how do we preserve it? The way to overcome is by studying local culture. We can learn about local culture from many things, such as books, encyclopedias, or directly from the local people. The second is to teach first class of national culture to the next generation. And the last one is to innovate and introduce culture to the younger generation. So let's take one of those. For example, being introduced of dynamic terms of view, but still maintaining the originality of the culture. However, most Indonesian people have started to influence of modernization, using Indonesian as their daily language, so that the regional language is not really used for people but migrated or have started to get used to Indonesian. And thus who use the regional language are only people who live in the area. There are even some regional language that have almost faded because they are not used. Why can this happen? It begins with the families who did not really introduce the regional language to the children, and their families prefer to use Indonesian as their daily life. This makes the regional language begin to fade. And one more example. Children often don't understand what older people say, even if it's a parents or teacher. When their parents pronounce vocabulary, they're confused about the meaning of the word, even if it's Indonesian. Well, they know English. From here, we can see that Indonesia has been marginalized by French language. So we also have started to realize what we have to do, so that the regional language doesn't fade away. Of course, we learn a French language as a form of progress. Culture must also progress, but we still have to preserve the regional language, even if we learn it again. And we can also use the regional language at home, as we can speak Indonesia at school and office. The next generation is the most important medium for preserving culture. Why is that? Because humans have a limited mind. So the next generation is the only who has a medium of cultural preservation. Most of the time now, parents teach their children how westernized modern culture is, from the clothing that has been replaced by Western fashion, and typical food that has been replaced by fast food from abroad. It's even sad that children no longer know what typical food from their own area is. Then, our respective regions are only known by children who took the subject at school. Therefore, the importance of the younger generation as successors must be realized by surrounding environment, especially parents, both at school and at home. Get used to our children or to provide early education regarding our different cultures. So, ladies and gentlemen, we especially the younger generation today must present our culture. Don't leave our culture to the left and go. We need to keep exciting as long as we do. That's all of my speech. Thank you for listening.
The next performance is from Nabila Winza Pramodia.
culture is like a whole color palette, as we have a lot of local languages, local cuisine, local clothes, local dances, local songs from Sabah to Malaya. Even every ethnic group and religion has its own holiday. And did you know most places in Indonesia has their own legends? For example, Candi Prambanan. The legend said Bandung Bondowoso was in love with Raja Brahma, but he had to build 999 temples in one night if he wanted to marry her. Crazy, isn't it? So, as students and children, there are ways to keep our culture to ourselves and teach it to others, so that our culture won't disappear just like that. For example, try to bring culture to our daily life. Like, we could try to speak local languages to family or friends and introduce our friends to local culture. People from all over the world will find our culture interesting, and they will go here to see it with their own eyes. What's the positive things for us to make this? Well, we can get money for our country, obviously. Preserving our culture is a must. Have you seen children nowadays are slowly forgetting culture? It is so sad to see people just ignore that. Our culture is such a blessing for us. What if children nowadays don't care about it anymore? And what will happen in the future? Good. Our culture will become elephant in the room. Friends and friends. And our culture will become elephant in the room. Could you imagine what our ancestors would feel? They fight their life for this country. And we just forgot about their legacy. I mean, it is not so hard to teach next generation about culture. It can be from music, dances, tradition. Even teaching yourself how to cook traditional food could be so fun. Friends and audience. Since I was in kindergarten, I love dancing. My teacher always taught me traditional dances. And I enjoyed it, obviously. But I always wondered why my teacher taught me traditional dances. Now that I'm in junior high school, I understand why my teachers taught me traditional dances. They want me to conserve culture and teach it to other generation so that our culture won't be gone just like once when I was 8. My mother taught me Japanese. Also, my family's mother tongue. As a child, I don't understand and I don't really care. But when I met my big family, they make fun of me when they realize 8 years old me can speak my own hometown language. Sometimes it makes me blow off steam. Believe me, learning Japanese is not that easy. But now, I'm 14 and still can't speak Japanese that much. Funny, right? Been learning for 6 years and still trying my best. Anyway, the point is, preserving our culture is important, especially to us bold generation. It can be pretty simple, like learning local dances, songs, foods, or languages also. You can learn it from social media platforms. As Indonesians, of course we know that Indonesia has variety kinds of culture. Since childhood, we have been known for the culture and uniqueness that exists in Indonesia. Of course, we should be proud of our own culture. In fact, people from other countries also want to learn about our culture. Who wouldn't be proud? Anyway, have you ever thought, the more modern the world is, our traditional culture is being left behind? We are too busy with our own world to forget to realize the culture itself. It's sad to see that the current generation doesn't really care about our culture. So, have you ever thought about how we, students, preserve our culture? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Nur Kamila Amalia Mazibi from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School, Pekanbaru. After hearing what I told you earlier, can you guess the topic that I will present? Yeah, the topic is the importance of preserving culture for students, especially our Indonesian culture. But before we get into the topic, let me explain culture briefly. Culture is a way of life from ancient times and developed to the next generation. Maybe you might ask, why should we preserve our culture? Try to imagine if our culture is abandoned. Maybe the characteristic of Indonesia will disappear. Precisely to culture, Indonesia looks more colorful, right? You don't need to bother looking for the culture from other countries. Our own country, Indonesia, has variety kinds of culture, such as languages, traditional clothes, traditional ceremonies, folk songs, and many others. Of course, we can't just leave our culture. There must be a way to preserve our culture. So this is my experience at school. I took part in traditional music curriculum, and from there, I got to know many traditional musical instruments in Indonesia. I was mesmerized by the sound and shape, and I had fun playing it. I also taught traditional dances, such as zapin, saman, and pasaman dance. For me, the training was hard to learn, but I still enjoyed it. Whenever I played on stage, I felt very cool wearing the traditional clothes. I feel like I'm walking in the air. And from there, with my random thoughts, I felt proud to be an Indonesian. Apart from my stories, there are still many ways to preserve our culture. I bet some of you have also.
That's strange.
I bet some of you have also. I bet you have ever felt strange when you were back in your hometown during the holiday. Your friends and family speak the local language, but you don't understand a single meaning of that language. And you feel like a fish out of water, even though you are from there. And in the end, you feel amazed and want to learn about the language. So in this way, you preserve the culture, namely regional language. Or you can also get to know folk songs from various regions. Many months ago, when I was still a kid, my mother and I often sang folk songs. She always sings it until I fall asleep. The more my mother sang it, the more I memorized the song. Until now, lately I still memorize the song. If I were given to sing, maybe I would sing the song that my mother sang it fluently. From experience, we can learn about folk songs by memorizing and singing, such as when participating in performances or competitions. But not only singing, you can also dance and play traditional music. Besides the traditional music and language, surely some of you have also tried local foods. Of course, who hasn't eaten local foods in Indonesia? The regional food that I like the most are dendeng, nasi goreng, and many more. There are so many that I can't name them anymore. The taste is finger-licking good. I think I could eat it every day. But of course, there are also some foods that do not sit with our taste. And that is where the uniqueness of food from Indonesia comes from. Friends and audience. Friends and audience. As you can see, there are many ways to preserve our culture. Indonesia has variety kinds of uniqueness that must be maintained. Imagine if our culture is imitated or even stolen by other countries. Of course, we do not want that, right? We are too tempted by modern things and forget to realize the culture. So that is why it is important for us, students and adults, to preserve and maintain it. Friends and audience, before studying culture, we must love the culture first. Let's preserve Indonesian culture so that the uniqueness of Indonesia will not lost. Don't let our culture is being left in the cold. We need to keep it existing as long as we live. I think that's all for my speech. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Last performance is from Bella. Putri Indah Salsabila Akbar.
Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. As a student and also an Indonesian citizen, who would know this? Different but one. I have loved the thing called culture since I was a kid. Different types of customs, arts, and more things. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika shows that everyone and everything is valued. It made me proud of this country. What about you? Are you proud of our country? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself first. My name is Putri Indah Salsabila Akmal from As-Shofa Islamic Junior High School. I will be discussing about the importance of preserving culture for students. But hey, what is culture? Let's say culture is something like color. Clearly, every color is different, right? Red, blue, yellow, etc. Well, so is culture. If we put every color into one, what does it make? Rainbow. Therefore, what do you think if a rainbow doesn't exist? What if it only has one color? Do you think it's beautiful? Now this is not about color. It's about culture. Culture is the way of life for society. It passes down from generation to generation. It includes manners, art, clothes, language, and more. In elementary school, I had an event performance that comes every year. In 4th grade, we decided to present culture. We did some singing about an independence song, dancing with an Indonesian flag, and poems about culture. While we wore different clothes from different culture. I think that we were great. The teachers even made us as the best performance. We were people's favorites. That was one of my experiences of preserving Indonesia's culture. I think that culture is very important. Culture came from the experiences of our past ancestors, and it should be preserved by the young generations so our culture doesn't fade away. However, the development of Indonesia's culture has been decreasing. Many students and young people don't know Indonesia's culture, and they're not even interested in preserving our culture. We only see them preserving it once in a blue moon, right? It's true that we're living in a modern life now, but does that mean we have to leave our want to forget about our own culture. Apparently, the thing called trend made an impact on teenagers. Nowadays, teenagers don't care about the old times. They only care about what's happening now. It made me think, do they not care about their own country? Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of cultural changes in today's life, such as fashion style. Teenagers today tend to follow Western models, even though Western models are not suitable with Indonesia's culture. They also wear more impolite clothes compared to the old days. And then, most importantly, is act. Many teenagers' behavior is very rude now because of the impact of the environment. Most of them are a hard nut to crack. It's complicated to have a friendly conversation with them. And the loss of traditional games, events and gatherings, and local language. We can already see that our culture is fading away slowly. Friends and audience, then why do we have to preserve culture as a student? What is the importance for us? Well, could you imagine our country not having any culture? Can you imagine if other countries stole our culture? What will we be then? What if I tell you that it's not hard to preserve culture as a student? We just need to study and learn about it. Go ahead the books. Start by getting to know by what it is, the purpose, and its elements. The saying goes, do not know, then do not love. Then accept and respect. Don't be selfish. Respect others and be friends with everyone, whether they're different or unusual from others. Isn't that what culture is? After that, learn it. By learning it, I meant learn their local culture. For example, their local language, their dances, or their music instruments. You can also try wearing the cultural dress on certain days or special events. Let's not forget to expand information about our culture to others, to the people who did know and did learn about it. Or you could also introduce it to other countries. Well, do you, as a student, not want to preserve our own culture? Sorry. Honestly, it's such a big mistake if you're not proud of your own country. Because this country is very special, especially the culture. Let's bring our culture back and start preserving it together. After all, Indonesia is a beautiful country. Always remember, even though we're all different, we're still one. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. I'm Putri Sabila Atmo, and thank you for listening.
Okay, friends, the break time has come, I guess. So, we will have everyone right now or after break? Now,
Yeah.
wait, now? Okay, don't forget. The floor.
So you want me just to talk in general of all of them together?
In
Okay.
general, okay.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Well, you guys do an excellent job. Even in America, students your age wouldn't even be able to do what you have done in English, in their own language, and this is your second language, so you guys do an excellent job. How come none of the boys did it?
No. Those boys enjoyed doing grammar quiz, also
Okay.
doing spelling bee and Scrabble games.
Oh, okay, okay. So you guys, but learn from the girls. The girls have done an excellent job. Your pronunciation is the only thing that's a little bit different sometimes in some of the grammar. But otherwise, you guys do a phenomenal job. You are very good. Just keep practicing. And the topic, the importance of culture, is very important. That's one reason I chose Indonesia to retire to, because of the diverse culture and the diverse languages and food and everything else. So it's something that I'm trying to learn slowly too. So just keep trying. Don't think you're not as good as somebody else because you all did very, very well. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you guys for giving your best performance. The break time has come. We will have a break for 30 minutes as usual, and then we will come back here at 9:40, I guess. Thank you, Mr. Jhon. Say thank you to Mr. Jhon. Welcome back to class, everybody. Now this is the time for us to enjoy our time together with Mr. Jhon. They have prepared a lot of questions, sir.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
They are curious about many things about America, about education there, about the culture also, and everything. Yeah, everything.
Okay. Very good.
Maybe you can introduce yourself first, sir.
Okay. Well, as you know, my name is Jhon. I'm from America. I'm from the state of Iowa. Have anybody heard of Iowa? Really? Wow. Most Americans don't even know Iowa. So, no, not Ohio, Iowa.
How do you spell it?
Iowa is spelled I-O-W-A. If in Indonesian, you'd say Iowa. Yeah. And then there's Iowa, Ohio, and Idaho. Everybody gets those mixed up. But I'm from Iowa. And that comes from a Native American tribe. There was a tribe called the Iowa tribe. So the Native American Indians, they were the original people. So Iowa's in the center of the country. New York is on the east coast. California is on the west coast. So in the northern part of America right now has winter time. So they have snow and real cold weather. So that's where I'm from. I've been in Pekanbaru a little over 2 years. I'm retired, so I don't work. So I'm hoping to just help at schools and help people with English, that type of thing. So I visit different schools, and then I have different English groups I meet with. So that's what I do to keep people here. So that's just the basics of my life. Okay? Okay. Back to you.
Who wants to ask her or his question first? Come on. Go around. Okay. Start from here. Okay, start from the middle. Owen, please introduce yourself and ask your question. Yes, you can start.
My name is Melissa, but people call me Owen.
Michael Owen, not Michael Owen. Yes, Owen.
Owen.
Yes.
Okay.
So, when was the first you arrived here?
When did I arrive here? I visited in 2019, and then I came back and then studied at a Bahasa Indonesian school for language. And so during the pandemic, I was here. So I studied language for 16 months
16.
in Pekanbaru.
What made you interested to study Bahasa?
Well, I've traveled a lot in the world, and so when I retired, I wanted to do something different, but I wanted to go to a place where the language wasn't so difficult, like Mandarin or Arabic or language like that. So Indonesian language looked like it might not be too difficult, and so that's why I picked Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, Iza, please.
Hello, my name is Nadia Pramodia, but people call me Queen.
Queen. Wow.
Queen.
Yeah, very nice.
So my question is, do you have any favorite Indonesian food?
Favorite Indonesian food?
Yes.
My favorite Indonesian food is bakwan and tempeh. I've met a lot of students, and the ones that are focused on English, they do very well at it. Because in America, we only have 2 years of foreign language, so we don't know how to speak any other language. But here you have 5, 6, 7 years of language study, so you guys are much more intelligent, much farther ahead, much farther advanced than students in the most part of the world. So, yeah. So you guys need to focus on that and just make the best of it. Keep your culture, but also English is the language, an international language. So if you study abroad, if you work online, if you do social media, English will help you a lot. So, yeah, the students are very smart.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alisa?
My name is Alisa. People call me Alisa.
Okay.
My question is, what is the thing we can find in Indonesia but we cannot find in America?
Oh, the food. You have so many different kinds of food than we have in America. Where I come from, it's in the middle of the country, so we don't have tropical weather in America. So we have no pineapple, no bananas, we definitely don't have durian. We don't have rambutan. You have so many different fruits and vegetables, plus all your different foods you have, like rendang, nasi goreng, dendeng. It's all very different.
And jengkol.
And jengkol. What's jengkol in English? Stinky bean. Stinky beans. Stinky beans. Thank you.
Amira?
Okay, hello, my name is Amira Sorgis and everyone call me Amira. So what was your first impression to our students of As-Shofa Islamic University School?
First impression.
Well, your school is huge, and you have a beautiful school area. You have fields, you have parks, you have beautiful buildings, well maintained. So it's very nice. I also teach at a Muhammadiyah SD, but it's very small, and they just have one class for each grade. So much different than what you have here. So it's a different economic status. But here at As-Shofa, it seems like your family is higher class here. And so you guys need to be thankful for your parents and what they've done for you so that you can come to a school like this. Because you have the technology, you have everything above a lot of the schools here in Pekanbaru. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Next.
My name is Marina. People usually call me Bella.
Uh-huh.
My question is, do you eat rice?
In America, I would eat rice once or twice a month. That's about all I would eat rice. When I went to eat Chinese food, I would have rice. So that's the only, but now I eat rice once a day. Here in but that I can't eat rice 3 times a day. I've tried, and it just, I feel almost sick when I eat rice 3 times a day. Now, you have no accent. Did you live in America?
No.
Why do you have no accent?
Yeah.
I'm used to it since I was a kid.
Okay, so you've been in English programs all of your whole life? Okay. Because you do very well with no accent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, can you sing something in Indonesian?
You want me to sing?
Yeah.
Sing, not sing. I can't sing, so I'm not going to sing. Saya tinggal di Jalan Tora.
Next.
Hi, sir. My name is
place. Pekanbaru really doesn't have a lot of tourist areas.
Maybe you have to change your question in Indonesia.
It was yeah.
Okay, well I've been to Bukittinggi 3 times. I've been to Jogja. I like Jogja. Yeah. But I hope to travel more around the country some more, just to see different cultures and different things of Indonesia.
For fun fact, I born in Bukit
Okay.
She was born in Bukit
Oh, okay.
Second question is, are you an introvert person or extrovert person?
I'm an introvert. Very much so. Yeah. Thank you.
Next.
So my name is Alifah Ramadhani. You can call me Ifa. So my question is, how many schools have you been come in Indonesia?
How many schools?
Visit.
I've visited about 10 different schools. I've been in Kalansing, Tambung, Tambang.
Yeah.
What's the other places you took me?
Oh, Kemana?
No, the one that Suhaimi took me
Oh,
to.
okay, yeah. Apa kiri?
Gunung.
Gunung Zaila.
Yeah, Gunung Silent.
Yeah.
Gunung Maju.
Sukamaju.
Sukamaju. And then 6 schools here in Pekanbaru. Yeah. Thank you.
My name is Raya. My question is, have you ever go to other continents besides Asia?
Other continents?
Besides Asia.
I've been to 35 different countries. So South America, Europe, Asia, a little bit of Africa. So.
My name is Nuraya Lutfi. My friends usually call me Baby.
Baby. Okay.
So, Mr. Jhon, have you ever tried Indomie?
Oh, yes. Yeah, many times. I've even had popney.
It tastes good.
Yeah. And you can't get it anywhere but Indonesia. Yeah. It's not anywhere.
What is your favorite places in Indonesia?
My favorite places so far have been Bukittinggi. I've been to Bintan. And then Jogja. Yeah. So, thank you.
So my name is Ali Muhammad and people call me Hamid.
Okay.
So my question is, do you have a son or a daughter?
Okay. I'm single, never married, but over the years I worked with young people a lot. So some of them, once I had adopted one, and so he's grown up now and he has 4 children. So they call me Grandpa. Yeah. Thank you.
My name is you can call me Atta.
Okay.
And my question is, what's your favorite sports to watch?
My favorite sports to watch is American football. Yeah, it's very different than football here. What's the difference? Do you know the difference with American football?
Yes.
What's the difference?
So American football, like the ball is shaped. I don't know what the shape is.
Yeah, it's shaped like this. It's got a point at each end, and they throw it, and then you catch it. You don't kick it. Yeah, so that's the difference. And they wear a helmet and pads.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
My question is, what are the majority of English speakers are great here?
Are great. The thing I find in Indonesia is insecure and you're not confident in your English, so then you don't even try to speak to me. But I will say here at As-Shofa, especially the ladies, they speak up, they aren't shy, and that's very good. And that's what you need to do is practice speaking. Most of my groups I meet with, we practice just speaking because they want to get their confidence built up. And so you know the vocabulary, you know the grammar, you know the pronunciation, but you just don't feel comfortable speaking. So that's it.
If you could change something in your country, what would you change?
That's a big question. And the politics are very bad in America. And so with the bad politics, we have bad debt and lots of problems. So I would say politics is more of a problem than even here. My favorite country, I think, would have been Portugal, because Portugal is near Europe and it's not European, but it's also got the mixture of Latin America or South America. So it's a good mixture of both cultures. So it's not as stressful, it's not as judgmental as the rest of Europe, because it's much more laid back and comfortable. So Portugal. Does anybody know where Portugal is?
Yes.
Where is it?
Besides Spain.
Yep, next to Spain, on the same island, I think. Neighbor. Yeah. Thank you.
Next.
Hello, Mister. My name is Akana Aziz. Everybody call me Aziz.
Okay.
So you can call me Akana.
I won't even remember that, so that's okay.
So my first question is, what is your impression about our school and our city?
Well, in Indonesia, your schools are very good. I mean, and the students are all very respectful and kind, which is something I wouldn't, if I went to a junior high school in America, they would not be respectful, they would not be kind, especially to somebody my age because I'm old. So you have your Indonesian culture, you treat older people with respect and kindness. And now that I'm a bule, you treat me different.
And then, have you ever gone to other cities in Indonesia? Big or small?
Yeah, I've been to Jakarta, Bandung, Jogja, Solo, Bukit Tinggi, Medan, Padang. Yeah, Padang. Yeah, Medanjau. Wow.
Honey Joe, have you ever been to Honey Joseph?
Yeah.
I grew up there.
Oh, okay.
From I was a kid, from a baby actually, until I finished my senior high school years.
Okay.
Because my mom was a teacher there.
Very good.
I had English learning when I was there with a tour guide.
Oh, okay.
I learned English. I learned English since I was in their age.
Okay.
With a tour guide there. I met many foreigners before.
Okay.
Thank you. Childhood.
Then, have you ever tried other Indonesian, like installation?
I've eaten almost everything, I think.
Have you tried some Indonesian, like, you know?
I've had nasi goreng, soto ayam, mie goreng, mie rebus, ding ding, durian, jengkol, satay. I've tried, I think, a lot.
All of them are my favorite, except durian.
Really? snack in Indonesia? There's a lot of different food in America that I would eat that it's not available here. So I would say some of it is more along the lines of cheese and things like that, because we eat a lot of cheese in America. So that's the one thing I miss mostly is cheese.
The second question, what is your favorite sport? What is your favorite sport?
Oh, my favorite sport is American football.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you.
Next, I'm Alia Steve. You can call me Alia. My first question is, can you speak other languages, Sam?
Sedikit.
How many countries have you visited, Sam?
I've been to over 35 countries in the world.
Where is the place you really want to visit but you haven't visited yet?
I'd like to go to Bhutan.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they have a zero carbon footprint, but it's also still very traditional and still very undeveloped country. So that's why.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alicia, but you can just call me Alicia. So the next question is, what's your first impression when you visited Indonesia?
Well, when I first came to Indonesia, I was in Jakarta, so it was just overwhelming how big the city is and how busy it is and all the traffic and all the chaos there. When I first came to Pekanbaru, people treated me very respectful, very kind. I'd walk down the street, they'd say hello, sir, hello, mister. So it was very nice, and so that was my first impression in Pekanbaru.
My next question is, have you been to Banda Aceh?
Banda Aceh? No. That's northern Sumatra. Yeah.
It was my hometown, so.
Okay. So was your family affected by the tsunami?
No.
No?
The my house didn't really, the tsunami didn't get into the area of my house.
Because you live up high?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the third question is, have you ever tried durian and do you like it?
I've tried durian and I do not like it.
I enjoy durian, but I don't enjoy the smell.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. My name is Kiana Alcanta. You can call me Luki, Kiana, or Kiana. So my first question is, what is your favorite culture from Indonesia?
My favorite culture. Because I've been here mainly during the pandemic, I would say that I haven't really experienced a lot of the culture yet. So I don't really know if I can judge a culture. I've been to Java, and they seem a little different. Sumatra seems, they seem to be a little more respectful, a little more kind, not quite as outspoken as Japanese. So at this point, I would say probably Sumatran culture. But I'm not going to pick Malay or Bengal or anything else because I don't really know that much yet.
Okay, so my second question is, what is something that you see different in Indonesia that is not in America?
Well, as I said, the food is totally different. You have so many different kinds of foods that we don't even have access to in America. The thing that amazes me is the way that you prepare your foods. You smash a lot of stuff, and then you mix it, and then you steam it, and then you fry it, and then you have so many steps in your food process. I would think most women would be overwhelmed with how much cooking you have to do. Yeah, it seems like it would take forever to make anything.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Wes Lisa, and my first question is, what do you like most about Indonesia?
I think the people. I like the people because they're very kind, very respectful, and yeah, very nice.
to go to America?
It depends what you enjoy. A lot of Indonesians say they want to go to Niagara Falls, which is a big waterfall. It's in between America and Canada. It's very famous. But there's like the Grand Canyon in Arizona, which is a big canyon, and it's multicolored. It's reds and yellows and oranges and all different colors, so it's beautiful. But there's the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, where you see snow, and they have lots of snow in Colorado. My sister lives in Colorado, so it's a nice place. But if you like architecture or you like big cities, Las Vegas is not a very positive city, but the architecture is phenomenal there. Or if you like big cities like New York City or Chicago or Los Angeles.
I actually have been to Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You went gambling?
I go to Disneyland there.
Disneyland?
Oh, Disneyland?
Yeah, and
That's in California.
yeah, and Madame Tussauds. I forgot where that is.
That's in California. Well, there's several locations of Madame
But,
Tussauds.
in Las Vegas, I forgot where I go, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And
So,
then
what did you like the most?
in Las Vegas.
Or Disney? Did you like Disneyland, Las Vegas, or?
Yeah, I like Disneyland. That's like the main thing why I want to go to America.
Okay, because it's like a fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they make it like, yeah.
Okay.
Very good, thank you. Okay.
Hello, sir. My name is Kansanji Hazina. You can call me Kansa or Asa. So, my first question is, how long do students have to study at the school in a day?
In America,
Yeah.
typically, let's see, like 7 hours a day.
It's the same as here.
Yeah.
Okay, my second question is, when you arrived here, do you ever felt a culture shock or climate change shock? Like the culture and the climate really affect your usual activities?
Well, I'd say the pandemic affected more than anything because I was isolated. You weren't supposed to leave your house, and so I was by myself, and you weren't supposed to go to the store, and I really didn't know enough Bahasa Indonesian. My school closed, so I didn't know enough to communicate on the phone very well, that type of thing. So that was the hardest thing. But the heat, it's very hot here, which I'm not used to. So where I live, it's hot like this maybe 2 months out of the year, and that's it. The rest of the time it's cooler and rainier, and then winter time. So,
Thank you for your answer.
thank you.
Hello, sir. My name is Pablo, and my question is, what is the first Indonesian food you have tried?
The very first Indonesian food I tried, that was a long time ago. Let me think. I'm sure it was probably nasi goreng. Yeah.
I like to.
Yeah.
And my second question is, are you interested living in Indonesia?
Yes. I've been here a little over 2 years, and I hope to be here until I get too old or too disabled that I can't stay here.
I have to visit again at the next time.
Oh yeah, I plan to be here, depending on my visa and my health, for 5, 6 years maybe. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
God willing. Yeah.
My name is Ate Hani. You can call me by Ate or Hani is fine. Most people call me by Hani. And my question is, by traditions, which part of our tradition you like the most? Like the way we respect our elders, you said before, or other things?
I think the importance of family is very good here in Indonesia. That's something that we've lost in America. The importance of family isn't as big as it is here. And so you're raised in your family, and then you stay at home until you get married, and then you get married, and then you start a family. And so, divorce is very big in America. Most of my friends are divorced. If they've ever got married, they've gone through divorce. So it's quite common. So I'd say the family and the strength of the family structure here is very good.
Okay. My next question is, in scale
18 degrees Celsius. You can freeze to death if you stay outside too long. People die every year in the outside. Oh yeah. You never heard that? Okay. If you look on YouTube, you can take a pan of boiling water outside, throw the water up in the air, and before it comes down, it evaporates. It's totally gone because it's so cold. Yeah.
I've seen a person throw their wet laundry,
Uh-huh.
and then when it came to the land, it frozen.
It's frozen solid, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Happens. It's true.
So how do you stick up, like dry your laundry when, you know?
In America, we have dryers usually inside the house. So you have your washing machine and you have a dryer, and it dries your clothes. Or some people hang their clothes up just in their house because we have central heating. And so the heat blows to heat the house, and that'll also dry your clothes. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh, thank you.
My name is Amanda, you can call me Amanda. In Indonesia, we celebrate our independence with different competitions. So I'm really interested how Americans celebrate their independence day.
Okay, Independence Day is July 4th, and it was 1776, so it's almost 250 years. So they said it's a very big day, and typically it's with friends, maybe some family and friends, and then usually we have picnics. They do a lot of the same games you do. They like burlap sack races. What do you call that in Bahasa Indonesia? The burlap sacks where you hop in it.
Yeah. Oh, like potato sack.
Yeah, potato sack, yeah. Yeah, like that. They do that. They do tug of wars. They play football. They play. I'm surprised you guys don't have frisbees. I've tried to buy a frisbee because frisbees are very popular in America too. But then in the evening, then after you've had your barbecue and your picnic, then they have fireworks. Big, huge fireworks things. And so everybody stays up and watches those. Yeah. Thank you.
My name is Mahira Darusna. You can call me Win, Nina, or Darul.
Like a city in Australia. Darwin is a city in Australia.
Okay, I've got two questions. My first question is, what do you think about Pekanbaru? Is that a busy city or a hot city or a city with floods?
Well, I haven't seen much flooding in Pekanbaru. I mean, the streets get a little flooded, but not bad. But it's hot. It's very hot here in Pekanbaru. My city's only about 300,000 people in America, so it's much smaller than Pekanbaru. But Pekanbaru still seems not as big, especially when you've been to Jakarta or Bandung. So that's why I picked Pekanbaru, because I didn't want a big city.
My next question is, after living in Indonesia about 2 years, do you start to like eating spicy foods?
Oh, I like spicy food. Yeah.
What is the most spicy foods do you like?
Well, I like the red chilies, the red chabe, chabe mera. But I don't, the little green ones I still don't like. Yeah, I can't. Chabe. Rawe, okay. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to our English club. My name is Najwa Putana Iza, and you can call me Najwa. So I have about 3 questions.
Okay.
So my first question is, do you see any difference between American and Indonesian students, especially by their attitude and the way they socialize? Would you like to start?
What is the difference between American and Indonesian students? Lots of difference. In America, the students don't wear uniforms to school for the most part. We don't have boarding schools except for the bad children. So that's a difference. But students are much more, I think, even higher into technology in America, and they use it all the time. And so in my thinking, because I'm old, I don't think they're as good at speaking, or their grammar's not as good. I don't think they use their brain enough really in the schools in America. And in some of the schools in America, they could be very tough or hard to go to. And students, typically in America, if they're not good in school, they drop out like at age 14. That's a typical age they drop out. And in America, a lot of students don't even attend university anymore, just because they find other jobs that pay better than if they went to the 4 years of university. And university is very expensive in America. So any student, I have 6 nephews, and only one of them actually attended a university. One attended a trade school, but they're all doing fairly well and have very good lives without university, but they also do well. So that's the big difference. In America now, I think there's more international students that study in America than there are American students, and the same for the UK. There's more international students than English students there. So.
Alright, so my second question is, I think my friends like to talk about foods. So is there any Indonesian food that you felt weird at the first time you ate, but after you tried it several times, you're like,
I felt very weird eating durian, but I never did like it. The rambutan is different, and it's okay, and I eat it, but it's not something I would eat on a regular basis, really. Let me think what else. You have so many different fruits and vegetables. That's what makes it so different from me. I'm trying to think what else. I just eat a lot more rice now than I've ever eaten my whole life. I'd say it's probably rice. So.
alright. For my last question is, do you have any advice for us who are still learning English, and maybe for us who are still not confident enough learning it or speaking English?
Well, I would encourage you to continue coming to English Club, because I think this is the best place for you to practice speaking. And I think that's what the main thing that most Indonesian students lack is the practice of speaking. But you guys do your speech contest and your storytelling, and that's excellent, and that's a great way to get your language improved. But just keep trying. Don't try to learn thousands of words, because you'll never use the majority of them. Most of the words you'll never use. So try to use the common language, or the language that is in what you enjoy in life, whether it be music or movies or gaming or reading. But stay away from the big words that really most people don't use, because that's the Indonesians, the older Indonesians I met here. They try to stump me with words that I've never heard before in English, but you never use them, so don't use them. I mean, yeah.
Thank you for your answers.
Okay.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
All right, you too.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am?
I want to ask one more.
Okay.
When is your birthday?
My birthday's in June 24th.
24 July.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 month.
Yeah.
My brother has the same birthday.
Oh, yeah? How on the news quite a bit, and I think Indonesia is trying to develop their infrastructure, which is very important for the country. I've listened to your Minister of Tourism and Creative Economics. Yeah, Santiago Uno. San Diego Uno. Okay, and he's very sharp and seems to have a lot of goals for Indonesia and ideas for making Indonesia better. So I think Indonesia's on the way up as far as becoming more of a developed country and more on the cutting edge of things for the future. I know you have a lot of natural resources here and hope that the government keeps control of those and gets the money that they deserve for those resources, because I know China and America and Europe are all going to be coming to Indonesia for some of your natural resources, and that means a lot more money for your country. And just hope and pray that the corruption is reduced in the future. But every country has corruption. America has corruption. European countries have corruption. So just that the corruption would go down and that people would be more concerned about others than themselves would be the best.
Yeah. Ready? Thank you.
What do you think of the American politics?
Do you know my politics?
I don't know. I just know that they have two parties, like Republican and Democrats.
They have Republicans, Democrats, but they also have independents, libertarians. There's about 5 or 6 other parties, but they're not very well known. I think Indonesia has, how many parties does Indonesia have?
Nasdem, PDIP, Demokrat, PKS, PSI.
It seems like you have a lot of parties here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you want to win in 2024?
Yeah.
You don't know?
Anies?
You don't know?
Especially in politics.
Is your father a particular party?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Okay? Finish?
Thank you, Aziz.
Sir, did you went to university? If yes, what university?
I went to a private university in California for 1 year, and then I went back to Iowa, and I went to community college and got my degree in business management. Yeah. So, and then for 30 years, I worked in retail management, so I was like a store manager
Yes.
at a store like Matahari in America. Yeah.
Yes?
As you said before about the students not wearing uniform from the school, how do people there usually get dressed? Like, is there any particular dress that, dress code, like, how do people usually use their clothes there?
Similar probably to what you see on the streets walking around here. Some people wear shorts, but they're not in America. For schools, they can't wear the short shorts, thankfully. And then girls have to at least button their tops up some, that type of thing. But it's very, if you watch a movie or something, it's similar to what you would see in movies and things. But like in my state, it's cold most of the time, so people wear long pants, long shirts, that type of thing typically.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, Akila.
If you could compare between Indonesia's education versus America's education, which one do you think is more advanced?
That's a tough one. In America, I would say the technology is more of a priority in the schools than it is here in Indonesia. But I think here you have more of a well-rounded curriculum as far as what's good and what will help you in the future, that type of thing. Also in America, we have in our Constitution separation of church and state. So the public schools have no religious training at all. So if you want religious training, you have to go to a private Christian school, Muslim school, or Buddhist school, that type of thing. So that's a big difference too. But in Indonesia, it seems like there's a big priority on school now. I do see children during the daytime that don't ever seem to go to school, so I don't know what the difference is there. But in America, you see it too.
So Google is open. What is that? What is that? Someone's Google has open.
Thank you.
You don't understand that.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite Western food?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Burger.
Burger?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti? Steak? Wow. But the food in America, even if you go to like McDonald's or A&W, Pizza Hut, it's totally different than here. Yeah. And in the fast food in America, you can't get rice. There's no rice at all in America. But the burgers are actually a little bit bigger, not spicy. Usually on a burger we put salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, maybe some pickles and onions. That's about it. But like the spaghetti, usually they put like meatballs in the spaghetti. And
I like meatballs.
you don't like meatballs? Do you like bakso?
No.
No? Wow, okay. But like the pizza, they don't use the cream cheese like you do here. You guys use the cream cheese on your pizza, they don't do that in America. Yeah, the white cheese they put on it here.
We're talking about junk foods right now.
Talking about what food?
We're talking about junk foods right now.
Junk food?
Yeah,
Okay.
you were asking about what are our favorite Western foods, and most of them are like junk foods in Indonesia. And like between KFC and McDonald's, does McDonald's has more like customer than KFC, or McDonald's is more popular than
In America? Oh, McDonald's is much more popular. There's McDonald's everywhere. Yeah. But also, here, what is your favorite drink? What do you drink more here? What's more called? Water?
Some of you has my ice cream, right?
I go out and seek out some like
Oh, Coca-Cola. Pepsi.
But in America, the young people, they drink Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. They drink that a lot.
You know what's mine?
Morning, noon, and night. All the time. I know.
I have
So you
I'm an ex.
Do I like pickles? Yeah. Do you like pickles? No. Have you had sweet pickles? Sweet pickles you'll like. Pickles is a cucumber and vinegar. No? Torchy is like vegetables cut up and put in vinegar. Okay, how many of you are in a science class? None of you take science?
Any other class?
No.
So none of you take a science class?
No, we learn like mostly
All subjects.
all subjects. There's 12 important subjects, and there are one counseling. Bigger is counseling.
Yes.
So we have science. So we practically learn mostly everything.
Okay.
But in 7-1, 8-1, and 9-1, we have like clubs where we learn more about where we are in, which is we are from English club. So we learn more, a bit more than the
Right, in English.
Yeah.
But you all have a science class. during-
Everybody.
So what was your last lab experiment you did? Microscope, what did you look at?
Cells.
Cells?
Cells, animal cells.
Cerebrum.
Okay, very good. Practice with magnets, electricity. Have you done the potato? Potato with the battery? No?
We use that as a life hack.
Well, that's a life hack. Okay.
We learn about vitamins in foods, something like that.
So nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just now I said to Mr. Jhon that you are come from different grades. Yeah. Who is grade 7-1? Who is come from 7-1? Yeah, it's from 7-1. You've never been before because next day, next week, you will come to the class. 8-1.
Take one.
All girls.
All girls. 9-1.
Okay.
We will meet on Monday.
Yes.
We'll meet again.
Okay. 4 times.
What?
What?
Weather.
Reading.
Yeah.
I'm greeting you 2 times before this.
Oh, okay.
In front of the headmaster office and at waiting room.
Waiting
Okay.
room. Yes.
The waiting room.
Yeah.
Okay. So what math are you guys studying right now? Algebra? Huh?
Do you learn about SPLDF?
Yeah.
8 graders linear equation.
Linear
Yeah,
equation.
bersama
Okay.
linear two
So-
variables.
So somebody tell me what a linear equation is in English.
Linear equation 2 variables. Can you explain in
No?
English?
You
Why
want
not?
her to explain it?
I'm a teacher, don't make me shy. I will teach you in English after this, right? Math in English, can you? No.
No?
Why not?
You don't like math?
It's better for you. You like math and like English. It's more.
I like social studies.
Oh.
Okay, so what do you study in social studies?
Well, primary like
Primary what for humans? Exercise, work,
House.
family.
Primary needs. Yeah, house, right? Food, clothes, right?
Yeah.
Education.
Education, yeah. Holly, health.
recreation.
Health.
Recreation.
Migration?
Recreation.
Oh, recreation.
Hitting.
Okay.
What's your MBTI?
MTI? A personality class. Test.
Have you ever done a
Oh, that
personality
Myers.
test?
I've done it, but a long time ago. Like, what is yours?
Mine is INTG.
Is what?
INTG.
INTG.
Introvert is business.
Okay, jump on now.
Did you do that as part of the school? Oh, this is something else. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't remember what mine is. I'm an introvert, for sure.
Next.
Yeah.
Yes. What?
In America, astronomy is quite common.
Astronomy?
Oh,
Like-
the major of astronomy, the studies of universe is popular in America.
Yeah, it's very popular because of NASA. And so a lot of, that's one thing with Indonesia, you don't have much of a space program, right? Do you have a space program?
We have in my
Yeah.
room.
Oh, okay.
playground.
Okay. So do any of you want to be an astronaut?
I don't want to be an astronaut, but astronomers, like the one who studies about, universe,
Spain.
Okay.
we study about that. I don't want to go out.
You don't want to go to Mars?
I want to, but it's scary. I don't want to risk my life.
If you go to Mars, you'll never come back to Earth. Yeah, they're looking for volunteers to go to Mars. It's going to take 20 years to get there, and then you're not sure what it's going to be there, and you won't have time to come back.
I know about that.
Yeah. That's what Elon Musk is trying. He's recruiting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
20 years.
So what is the most popular study in university here? What do most people major in? Doctor?
Every year,
What about you?
No, I don't want to.
You want to do what?
I don't have any dreams.
What do you enjoy now?
Just I don't know. This is basic. Maybe just reading. She likes reading.
Reading novels, fiction, fantasy?
Yes. Most. There can be alright.
You want to be an author?
No. I don't like to writing, but I like to read.
Just read, really? Just read.
So who wants to be a doctor here? But your parents want to be a doctor.
Lots of parents in Indonesia.
Actually,
want them to be but they don't want to.
Who wants to be a teacher?
me.
Yeah? Why don't you go into politics?
If I want to be like, I want to be English teacher, social studies teacher, and religious teacher.
Okay, so what do most of you want to do? What do most of you want to study in university? Law? Why?
I don't know, I'm just interested in being a lawyer.
Most lawyers are extroverts, though.
It's different.
They like to argue, they like to complain.
My parents actually want me to be a lawyer.
Yeah?
Yeah, my parents, but I want to be a designer.
A fashion designer?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Okay. My dreams. I still don't know what I want to be.
But what do you enjoy now? What do you enjoy now?
and
Okay.
Milton. Okay, ladies, and how about Grace?
I wish I can be a diplomat.
A diplomat.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would major in political science.
Yeah, but I'm not really good at it. I'm just interested because it's in English.
Okay. Very good.
I wanted to be a traditional dance teacher, but I realized I'm not really into it, so I really want to be a vocal teacher.
Vocal teacher. Okay.
Because I like to sing and I like to practice my technique to sing, and I really like to. I want to teach people to sing.
So what's your favorite genre of music?
Hip hop, and then like the romance and the sad song.
Okay. Okay.
I want to be a lecturer because my parents are
Okay.
and I want to be a musician because I love to sing.
Okay.
I used to want to be a doctor because my parents forced me to be one. But now that I think of it, I'm scared of looking at human organs or like any organs. Like, if I want to be a doctor, then I have to take, like, there are several specialists. What's specialist?
Specialist. Specialist. That's right.
Specialists, like, there are tons of them. So we have to learn one by one in class. So, like, no, that's not really my thing of looking into someone's organ. So I found the law and the politics really interesting. So I want to be it.
Okay. Very good.
I like to be a chemical engineer,
Okay.
but that's what my father and my mother wants. But I like to play the piano, so it's two complete opposite things.
But even if you have two opposite things, you can still do both in life.
Yeah. So
Your job could be chemical engineering, but then do music on the side, and
Yeah.
evenings and weekends, and have a good time
yeah,
like
that's
that.
like my class.
Yeah. Good idea.
You know.
She already said she doesn't
Oh,
have
it's
it.
good.
Yeah, Najwa then.
But my
Okay.
But my parents told me to communication. Communication studies. Yes.
So you want to be a news reporter? Be on television?
She's good at newscasting.
Yeah.
Oh, newscasting.
Yeah.
She can be a
Maybe an actress?
No.
No?
Not really.
Maybe. Okay. Next, Najwa.
Well, I was really, real excited. And I want to get started in this. But I don't really know what kind of science that I like. But I really like to study about planets, stars, and stuff like that. And also about herbology. I like to study about flowers and stuff. But so it's actually a bit complicated to choose what I want to be. But I like to observe things, so maybe I want to be a scientist.
Okay, so maybe go into astrophysiology. Okay. So you need a lot of math for that. Okay.
You like math, Najwa? What is we have? Yeah.
I actually like it, but sometimes it's hard.
No, it's not hard. You come to me. It's not hard. You come to me. I will help you. Oh, wait.
I think I want to be a computer engineer because I spend so much time on the computer and also cover tested with technology.
So you don't just play games, you don't just do social media, you actually do learn things on the computer that are beneficial? Okay, so what's the most recent thing you learned on the computer?
I have learned to make games.
Oh, to make a game.
Yes.
Okay. like to be a part of with computers?
Probably like coding and stuff.
But this
But
one is not.
like the coding in but it's kind of different.
Maybe for the first step, maybe for next step is very different.
Or maybe start another club and have it.
But I've joined the coding club.
Oh, you can join. Okay.
Good.
I think 4 years ago I read about articles about Ted Bundy. So I was really into crime stuff that time. So I want to be a forensics.
A forensic scientist. Good. Wow. So you like looking into bodies? Yeah?
I like to make theories about it.
Okay. Okay.
She's not confident enough, but she wants to be a doctor.
Right. But why aren't you confident? Math or science? Science? Have you ever dissected an animal? You have? In school? Oh, do they do that here? No. Oh, they stopped it because of the pandemic? Okay. Just keep trying. You can make it.
Oh, I don't know what I want to be, but I will be a rich woman who does. But I'm a rich woman who don't need a husband. If I'm boring, I can go to Dubai and do what I want.
Wow.
Okay, so how are you going to get rich? Does your family have a big business? Does your dad have a big business?
I don't know.
You want to be a YouTuber? You want to do TikTok?
Do you have a palm company or
What English of tambang minyak? What is English of
Oil mine.
oil and gas?
Oil and gas?
Yeah, energy.
But environmentally, the future is electric vehicles.
Finished here. Saffron is finished here.
But you need to help develop batteries. And Indonesia has resources of the things needed for the batteries. So get into that company. Start studying that company. Yeah.
Next.
I don't really know. My head really hurts when I think about the future. But I like music, arts, words, English. I don't know what to talk about.
You also join karate club, right?
Yeah. My mom doesn't allow me though.
Oh.
So what sport do you play?
Volley.
Volleyball? Basketball?
Karate.
She said her mom doesn't let her,
Yeah. She follow the club.
even though her mom said no.
She's a rebellious.
In America, you have to have a parent's signature to do things. Yeah.
It just perfect. Before she she had no mask.
Okay.
I don't want, but all my dream is like public speaker, or I want to
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the ones that
Oh,
The
they-
little thing you go like this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's very clever and I'm singing too. So my dream is like arts or talent speaker.
So where would you go to university for music and arts here in Indonesia? Is there a university for that?
Yeah, we have in Padang Panjang we have Jakarta Institute Seni Indonesia,
Okay.
Indonesian Art Institute in Jakarta.
So have you looked into that?
But I want to go to Harvard University.
Ah,
That's my dream.
Why? Harvard doesn't have actors.
Yes, but I didn't say that.
Well, hopefully you get good grades and you get a good scholarship because it's very expensive.
very expensive and it's very hard to
Get in there.
get in there.
Very few people get into Harvard.
Okay, next one.
So I want to be an architect or graphic designer, but I don't really like math and drawing.
Okay, that's
So you want to do computer-aided drafting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
computer is math. You try to study. Okay, next.
You know what? I actually don't know what I'm gonna do in the future, and I don't have anything to enjoy doing. So I actually, consider.
So you have nothing that you enjoy in life?
No,
No music, no, you don't,
I do like music, but I don't want to be a musician.
do you like cooking?
No.
Do you like sleeping?
Yes.
You're. I like to.
Yeah, math class. Next.
So at first I wanted to be an artist, but now I barely draw and more often play instruments. So I decided to be a musician.
Okay. Very good.
I don't know.
Still thinking.
But I'm still thinking to be a chef, I think.
Oh.
I don't like cooking, I guess. I make nasi goreng for the first time. It's really good. Yes.
Learn how to make rendang and then you'll be real good.
You can sell it by Instagram. Yeah, social media.
I guess I want to be a chef. Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's a good job.
I want to be a football player, football American.
Oh yeah?
American football.
No, soccer.
Soccer.
Oh,
A soccer player. Okay. So do they have a soccer club here?
Yes.
And you're part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called futsal.
Oh, you do futsal?
Yes.
Okay. Smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually wanted to be a chef, and I tried to make like nasi goreng or fried rice, fried noodles, but I kind of realized that it was kind of like boring or something like that. So I just wanted to be like a businessman, so like that.
Okay.
And this is yours? Teacher. He said that he wants to
Be a teacher, yeah. English teacher or social science? Social studies. So who can tell me the presidents of Indonesia?
Me.
From the past.
First and the second.
First, Soekarno. Second, Soeharto. The third is B.J. And the fourth is Gus Dur. And the fifth is
Fifth
Yes.
My name